Yeah, I'm tired of Diddy too. And let me explain why I am tired of Diddy. Because it's like me reliving every day that I was at MDC where Diddy's at. And all the times that I went to court. So I wanted to share that with you. And folks, in my book, The Accidental Gangster, okay, I begin my book on sentencing day. So, you know, I was offered a plea deal. I was not going to take it. Almost went to trial. But at the last moment, I took that plea deal. Because I was facing life if I lost in, in a trial. And more than likely, I would have lost at trial. Now, remember something. Everybody's talking about Diddy, including me, all right? And it's a bad subject to be talking about because it's a negative subject. But let's get to the facts, folks. Diddy in prison is just another inmate, inmate number so and so. That's all he is. Okay? He's no different than all the other inmates there. So, I want you to understand that. But let me tell you about, we saw what happened yesterday. He didn't fare too well. And if you remember, I'm the one who said Diddy should be getting rid of his lawyers long ago. All right? Thank you, Island. Thank you, Agent Orange. Island, you're going to love my book. Okay? Uh, and I went this morning. You won't believe this old man. I should do a show, all right, exclusively what it is like the age. Get to be 80 years old. I think you folks would enjoy that because our thinking changes, okay? But, let's go back. I was on the same floor where Diddy is right now. There's my gal Keisha. I gotta say hello to Keisha, Agent Orange, okay? And but anyhow, on that floor, there's two units on every floor, and they house 120 people each. But they changed the unit that Diddy's in, and there's only 20 inmates. Now, they had guys like Mangione's there, okay, other high profile, maybe some cops, maybe some informants, okay? It's a mixture of people that they cannot put in the general population. I was always in general population. And, I eventually got transferred from that building to the other building, which I thought was much better because I had a cell. Okay, when you got a cell, you got more privacy. So Diddy's no special. But I'm going to tell you the horrible thing that you go through. Don't think it's easy when they wake you up at 4 o'clock in the morning because you got a court date. All right. And Keisha, thank you very much for hitting that likes button. All right, Keisha comes through all the time. God bless you. Folks, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. But anyhow, and let me explain this to you. I try to explain things to you so that you could understand. All right. And don't think this is easy for me because I got to rehash my life at MDC Brooklyn, okay, which is not a great place, trust me. But something you got to remember Metropolitan Correction Center, MCC, which was on Pearl Street, They closed that down because it was so old and dilapidated. Okay? And hey, Double Thomas, you never learn respect. You couldn't make it in prison, Double Thomas. Actually, I don't know how you made it this far in life. I really feel sorry for you. You know, folks, these people who leave these messages, I know it's a bother to you, okay? But you know what? You got to remember something. Something happened in their childhood to them, okay? And, you know, I don't know. People just don't have respect in this world. And I wanted to tell you, day three, I have not watched cable news, and I feel so much better. Okay, I wanted to tell you that. Now let's go through where Diddy's at. It's called the old building over there at MDC. Now they wake you up. Now Diddy, they take you down to the cellar, okay, on an elevator, and then you walk. It's like a tunnel. They get to the newer building where R&D is. And that's where you go in one unit, they pat you down, they change your clothing, and that's the clothing you saw Diddy wearing in court yesterday. I wore that same clothing every day when I went to court. Then they put you in another place, you're transferred cell to cell, and finally you're in the last cell, and now you're there with all the inmates. And now you gotta wait for the marshals to come with a bus. And then they put you all on the bus. And then they drive you. The folks, it's not a good bus. All right? I mean, it's nice you could see things, which you can't see anything when you're in MDC. Okay? Uh, I'm just reading some of the comments here. Okay? So now you get to the courthouse. They take you off the bus, and there's under the courthouse are cells. Okay, and they put X number of people in every cell because everybody's got some sort of court date, sentencing, trials, uh, everything. Okay, goes on, and now you gotta wait there until you get called up when your judge is in the courtroom and it's your time to appear in court. And then you go out to court and you do your thing, and now behind, all right, behind the chambers, the judge's chambers, they got another cell. It's just a little one where you sit there and wait until they take you out. So you're in cell after cell after cell after cell. But let me tell you the best time. The best thing about that there is when they bring you down back down to the bullpen after you're through with the court, you don't go right back to your unit. You gotta wait for everybody get through with everything in the courthouse. And they serve you lunch there. And they get their lunches. They get best sandwiches and sodas, okay, which is the best part of being there, okay? And they give you great sandwiches. And that's the best part of going to court. And now you got to wait there 5, 6 o'clock, all right, until everybody's finishing court. And now they load you back up on the bus, bring you back to NDC. Then when you get to NDC, there's other buses coming in. You gotta remember, Con Air flights coming in, buses from all different prisons, and you gotta wait there in that bus for your turn. So, folks, it's not a good feeling. What Diddy's going through right now is like every other inmate that's waiting for sentence. It's unknown. That's the thing that tears you apart. Okay? That unknown. And he will know that unknown next week, October 3rd, when he gets sentenced. All right? A double tree. You double tree. I'd like to give you my phone number and have you come here. All right? So I could set you straight on things, kid. Okay? Learn respect. I don't have shag carpets. Okay? I live in Beverly Hills. Where do you live? Huh? I bet you don't live in Beverly Hills. My moderator, take him out of here. Okay? Uh, Take Doubting Tom. Let's get him out of here. Okay? Uh, Remove him. All right, he's gone, folks. We don't have to put up with her. Okay? Everybody asks me how old. I'm 80 years old. I said that in the beginning. Okay? Folks got to listen to that. Uh, so what Diddy's going through and how much time he's going to get, I don't know. And, I said from the beginning, from the beginning, I said his lawyers were not doing a good job. Now, I don't know if it's because they're listening to Diddy and doing what Diddy tells them to do. Now, there's my friend Nancy. Who are you doing there, kid? My son is monitoring. Okay? Now, the reason I say that, a good lawyer is going to be a good lawyer, and regardless of how much money you got, they're going to use the law in the way they know it to fight your case for you. Okay? Because they know better than you. You're the defendant. You hired a lawyer. Thank God he had money to hire lawyers. But I know he listens to Mark Garagos. That's how he ended up with Mark Agnello. And I know Mark Garagos is making a lot of the shots. Okay? Or calling the shots for Diddy. All right? So this is destroying Diddy. These are the things that have been hurting him. And I feel bad for him because he put up millions of dollars for these lawyers. And he's being robbed every day. And for somebody that's supposed to be a smart guy, all right, he's not too smart. Because a good lawyer would have dropped him as a client. That's what the good lawyers do. And I've seen it happen. Okay? Uh, Downtown, if you're not a lawyer, all right, if you are, okay, you're probably an ambulance chaser, all right, trying to make a few bucks. You're not a good lawyer. I guarantee you that. Because I know the best, all right? I know the best. New York and Los Angeles. Folks, I wanted to come and just share that with you today about what that he's going through. And it's tormenting. It's not a great feeling for an inmate to be going through these things. But as I said, he is no different than any other inmate. Now, I did see that they indicted James Comey. Now, I think that's great news. I hope Adam Schiff is next. What do you folks think of that there? Anyways, I wanted to come here for a short time today because it's been on my mind to discuss that with you folks. Okay? And, just give you that information. I spent 30 months at MDC. I know that prison inside and out, from the old building to the new building. Okay? When you spend 30 months there, you know. Okay? Remember, they don't have Diddy and general population. So he's not with real bad inmates. Okay? He's not with the type of people that might, I don't know if Diddy's a rat or not. Okay? I can't prove it because I don't know who he might have ratted on. I think there's more of a connection between him and Jimmy Henchman than people are saying. Uh, but I heard Jimmy Henchman has been a rat for a long time, which disappoints me very much. So, folks, look, it's a great day here in Los Angeles. It's like winter already. It's Friday. I'm going to take a couple of days off. Wanted to come here and just share that with you. And everybody have a great weekend. As usual, all my love and respect. Take care now.